So Sadie, how's it going? I remember last time we were talking about maybe working towards opening ourselves up to others and things like that. So how's that going for you right now?
I do not feel like I've opened myself up
Yeah.
to anybody.
It's challenging.
It's hard, and like with the time change going on, I don't want to do anything inside or outside after 5 p.m.
Yeah, and that's normal.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people feel like that. And you also are, doing fantastic and moving forward just by continuing to attend these kind of sessions.
Mm-hmm.
You are putting a step forward.
Yeah.
So
Thank you. I feel really anxious to coming here.
Yeah.
I get really nervous before,
I can agree. Yeah.
I just feel awkward like right now talking to people. I don't feel like comfortable in like the situations that I'm finding myself in.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I don't know why. Sometimes I'm like in and out of that. Like sometimes I feel connected, like I feel like doing stuff, but I just don't feel like motivated. I feel nervous about doing anything. Like the grocery store's been overwhelming me. If there's a long line somewhere, I'm getting overwhelmed. It's like everywhere.
So like when you're in these situations, like on this scale of like 1 to 10, when is it closer to a 10, and when is it closer to a 2?
I would say the grocery is like a 10 lately. It's like all of it. It's the people, the busyness, I feel like people are so rude to each other all the time. That makes me like just feel, I don't know, like I just don't like it. And everything's so expensive. So probably like if I go to the grocery, it's like all of it. And I dread having to go there, and I'm like rushing to try to get out. I usually forget stuff because I'm rushing, so then I have to go back and do it all over again. And so that's probably a 10.
Yeah, and that sounds really overwhelming. Like I completely.
It's terrible.
Yeah. And then when is it on this lower part of the scale, and where you feel more comfortable?
The lower part is probably like at work, actually. I feel, I wouldn't say it's like a 0, but it's probably like a 3 or 4. It's more down there.
Why do you think that is?
I don't know. Maybe because I know, like I know pretty much what to expect.
It sounds like maybe like being familiar with your surroundings is helping you remain a little more clear-headed. Does that sound right?
It does. Like, because it's just, there's the routine in it, and the routine feels comfortable for me. And if I go to a Kroger,
if you don't know,
I don't know what's yes. And there's there's cops all the time. There's now the Salvation Army is there, and they're like ringing their bell at you when you walk in, and you can't avoid it. And then I feel bad because I don't give them money.
And then you have that.
So, but I think it's just knowing what to expect and having an itinerary when I get to work. I think that kind of keeps me from feeling so anxious there.
Well, first I want to say I think you do well with. I think you're doing awesome putting yourself out there and even going to the grocery, because it could be that you just didn't go. And I appreciate that you're even trying to do that, and I know that's more of a weekly thing. So I mean, you're doing it at least once a week. I know we kind of talked about this a few sessions ago, but do you have someone that maybe when you're with them you are not feeling so anxious or overwhelmed, or is it more just?
Yeah, I mean, if when I'm with my boyfriend, I don't, that's very comforting. There's no like expectation on me. There's really not anything to be nervous or anxious about. But I don't see him very much.
Yeah. Do you feel like it's when you're doing things just by yourself, or do you think that maybe are there social spaces? Because I remember we were talking last session about you and social spaces, and you maybe getting super anxious in those social spaces. Is that still happening? Or
yeah, it is. And I feel like around this time of year there's like a certain like energy, like a positive, happy, like get together kind of energy.
Sometimes that's pressure.
Yes, that's people. What I'm feeling is it's a lot of pressure. So when I am around people, I feel a little bit detached from the situation because they all kind of seem to be like, I don't know, like the words he's like jolly, you know, like
yeah,
they're
and you have that pressure to act a certain
yeah, and
way.
I don't relate to what they're feeling. I don't feel that way right now, so
Well,
it's
what if
hard.
one of those people asked you, like, you know, your friend invites you to this holiday party and she tells you, you know, I'm not feeling holly jolly, but I mean, I assume that you want to be around those people, right?
Yeah, I
Would
like
that-
those
And
people.
let's say
Yeah.
she said that to you. She was like, you know, I want you here, but I'm just really not feeling very holly or jolly. Would you tell her to isolate, or would you be like, you know?
I'd probably be like, go on, why are you here? I mean, no, I understand what you're saying. Yeah, I guess I would probably just ask her like, you know, well, what do you get from being there? What do you get if you're not there? Like, I would
Right.
probably have her weigh out. You know, could it be more fun to be there? What happens if you walk up and talk to somebody else, or you know, start a conversation? Do something to kind of put yourself out there into the mix. I probably would suggest for them to do that because I know my friends like, you know, they like to be with each other. They like to be around each other
Yeah.
talking.
I mean, who doesn't, right?
Yeah.
I mean, is there a reason it's different for you with that? Do you feel like?
I don't know. I mean, there's not really anything that like distinguishes me from them in that sense. We're very much alike. We're very.
And you feel like that too, maybe, that you want to be connected with your friends, even
Yeah.
though you may not be as holly jolly or
Yeah, I'm just
spirity.
not feeling. I'm just feeling off.
But
And I don't. Sometimes I feel like I can't like contribute to the conversation, or like I'm like the Debbie Downer. You know, like I just don't have a lot to really say, and I kind of just wish I was somewhere else.
do you feel like they feel like that about you though?
No.
Do you think they'd keep inviting you if you really were bringing down things?
No. Or I mean, if I was really bringing it down, they would probably be like, are you okay? So I don't even know if they've noticed.
Yeah.
I think it's
Maybe
really
more
just how I
internal.
feel. Yeah.
Yeah. So I know this would be a very long path, but let's say even with this holiday season, tomorrow you're waking up and you no longer feel this looming sense of maybe pressure or even that feeling of overwhelmedness with those new spaces like the grocery store. You know, what would it look like for you? Would it positively impact anything?
Yeah, I mean, I would probably, there's a lot of like events going on around town that, you know, I see people posting pictures, there's like Santa pop-ups and, you know, all kinds of holiday stuff happening. And so maybe I would like check and see what was going on. Maybe ask my friends because tomorrow's Friday. So maybe see like, what are y'all's plans this weekend? Like probably reach out to people and take initiative to get something together because I miss them when I don't get to see them very much. It's just been hard to push myself.
No, completely. I think you do, you know, even what you have done in the past, I think you're doing really well with trying to open yourself up. Is there anything that is helping that we've worked on that is helping you maybe put yourself out there, or something that's not working that we should adjust?
I feel like something that does help is like taking deep breaths, not just when I feel anxious, but just like reminding myself to do it, just because that way it becomes a habit for me. And so sometimes when I'm in that situation, I have been able to like take those deep breaths. And like you said, how they're probably not noticing that I'm feeling like that. It does take that thought away a little bit, you know, like
it maybe centers.
It helps me to kind of experience the situation around me more clearly, you know, like for what it is and not just what I'm feeling being projected onto it. So that really has been probably the main thing that I've done. It's the easiest, but I think it's also been what's
it's
been
hard to
helping
remember
the
to
most.
do it too.
It is really hard.
So I know that this is a beast. You know, that feeling of anxiety, I'm sure, can really affect, and it bleeds into everything. And I completely understand that. I think what I want to do is I want to set two different goals, because I do think that you benefit a lot maybe from just getting a little space with your friends and feeling a little bit more support, because I know that you have those supports, whether it's your boyfriend or those friends, or I think that you are taking away from that, which is fantastic. But I also want to maybe overcome that obstacle of these new spaces because I mean things like the grocery store, you got to do it, right? So maybe if we can focus on making them not enjoyable but more manageable. So I think I'm gonna put 2 goals into place until next time I see you. So one with spaces like the grocery store, when we're hitting that 10, that 8, the 9, the 10 on that scale of anxiety and feeling that overwhelmed and pressure, I want you to practice these breathing exercises that I'm going to give you. And I know that that's kind of weird inside the grocery store, but I think that it would really benefit with centering. So I think every time we're at that 8, 9, 10 level, until I see you next time in 2 weeks, I want you to just try these exact breathing exercises so you have the knowledge of what to do. And I want you to do them maybe before you go in, or maybe, I mean, I'm at the grocery store for like an hour, so maybe when you're at the point where it's hitting high and you feel like, oh, I need to leave, maybe try them out. And I just want you to maybe journal or just keep a quick note every time you do them, like once a day or whatever. I don't know what your actual routine looks like, but make that part of your routine just to track once a day how that is helping or not helping.
Okay.
And then
just how I feel after
exactly.
I do it. Okay.
But I want you to start doing it every time you're at that 8, 9, 10. Try one and just log it once a day of how that helped or hurt. And then the second goal I want to set is just within the next month. I want you to try to attend one of these social events and just talk to a friend. Talk to one friend. You can leave after. You can come for 15 minutes and just say hi to a friend and leave. Like you don't have to stay because I know that can sometimes be draining.
Yeah.
It can. It is not always beneficial to be in those spaces.
Yeah.
My battery runs out. Exactly. So I just want you to go to one event within the next month, and I want you to say hello to one friend, and that's all you got to do. You can leave right after.
Okay.
It might pose some questions. But,
yeah.
I just want you to just say hello to one friend.
Okay.
And just maybe start a conversation, and that's all I'm gonna set for you.
Okay.
Do you think those are manageable for you?
Yeah, I think I can do those.
Okay. Well, this has been great. So happy holidays.
Thank you.